Hey everybody, so I'm doing an inside video today. I had this idea, and I suggested this idea to somebody more qualified than me, but I decided I was going to have a little go at an idea of my own. So, I know most people have heard of borax crystals. Well, the idea is you take water, you heat it up, you add borax, you add coloring if you want to, and you put a pipe cleaner in there, and the borax collects on it. Now, I have pipe cleaners, but I figured the principle behind the pipe cleaner is that the fiber, it gives the borax something to adhere to. So I balled up some steel wool and made it a nice little circle, and I ran brass wire through it. Let's see if I can find it here. Brass wire. You see it in the camera? I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's there. Yeah, it's hard to see. But I balled up steel wool, and I put little hooks on the end, and I plan to maybe turn this into like a bracelet or an ornament or maybe a decoration for some metal project I make or something. So the recipe pretty much calls for, X amount of food coloring, boiling hot water, and I guess 5 tablespoons was something I heard of borax. Well, I want to make sure I get as big as crystals as humanly possible, and I could care less how much borax I use because I bought like a 5-pound box for like $2 to, just use for flux. So if this works, great. If it doesn't work, whatever, but it's going to be the biggest crystals and the most concentrated solution I could come up with. So I skipped most of the... Sorry, I'm like dancing around here. But I skipped most of the prep work. I already boiled the water. I have a can with a borax in it. I picked up the food coloring I'm going to use because, well, of course I want colored crystals. Why wouldn't I? And I already, got the steel wool in a reasonable shape. And I got my most important tool, a plastic butter knife. It's a stirrer. I'm going to stir with it. Alright. So, one of the reasons I decided to do this, besides the fact that I think it's kind of cool, is that it's been raining on and off. My grandfather went back to the ICU again. He's not doing so great. So, on top of it being raining, when it's nice out, I've been spending my time going down to see him, because I take the bus or I walk. So, I hope that water's hot enough. It's been in there a while. But, and then, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm constantly, getting sick or having some sort of issue, like stomach issue or something, and I don't know. It's constant, and it's really annoying. Because there's no reason for me to be... there's no reason for me to be sick, per se. But alright, so, the water's hot. It's not as hot as I want it to be. I hope it doesn't matter. So I got this much borax. It's a lot of borax. We're just gonna go ahead and pour that all right in there. Okay, maybe that is enough. That is like 3 times as much as I'm supposed to. I don't want to overflow it. Just do it. So, yeah, so I had a lot going on, you'd be, I don't have an actual working job. I help my grandparents, I do this, and stuff like that, but I don't have an actual paying working job. So, and I don't really pay bills because, me helping out is part of that, and, yeah, well, it's whatever. Point is, I don't have a lot of real world problems, but I have a lot of problems all the same. Like your day-to-day, soap opera drama crap that some people have to put up with, and credit card companies and all that garbage. People have to put up with that. Me, I gotta put up with aggravating people. Getting aggravated by people, I should say. Not so much aggravating people, but... although I do that sometimes, too. A persistent illness of some sort. Like, I always have something. Something going on that's not supposed to be going on. And, you know, spending time helping my grandparents and seeing my... and going to see my pap. So... And it's always raining out. I don't even know what I was talking about. Just forget everything I just said. And so I added a couple squirts of food coloring. I'm stirring it real nice and stirring like I was hoping that was hotter than that. Like I had that in there at 400 degrees for at least 30 minutes. Oh well. It'll work or it won't. It's like everything else. So now the idea is to keep this as centered as possible and hook the hooks over the side like so. Now I'm kind of hoping, I can't really see in there, it's too opaque, but I'm kind of hoping that it's in the center. Alright, so I think that's probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Now, we're going to find out together if you need to use something fuzzy like pipe cleaners to do this. Which, I don't really see why you would. I mean, I know it needs to have something to adhere to. So I'm hoping the steel wool would suffice. Never really know how it's going to work out. So this is my project for the night, and I will fill you in with the results when it's finished. They said to let it sit for, I think, 12 hours. I'm gonna let it sit for, well, I might let it sit till tomorrow morning. Pull it out, check it out, see what it looks like, and then put it back in till tomorrow night. To make sure that the reaction is complete. And I can get them as, large as possible. So with it raining outside, I haven't really been doing a lot of melt stuff, which is good and bad. I mean, I want to melt more things, but unfortunately, you know, especially in my case, I don't always get what I want. So I might not, and when I do melt, I'm only going to probably be able to melt one more time until I have to reline the furnace for the third time. Because that last go around, I really messed it up. So I'm thinking I can probably manage one more melt out of it. It's probably going to be aluminum. But I'm hoping tomorrow I'm going to use every ounce of coal I got left. I'm going to pow it in there, get it screaming hot, and try to melt that aluminum bronze. Because I really don't want a lump of aluminum bronze, you know, fused to the base of my crucible. So I got to take care of that. And then I got a huge piece of aluminum. But you know what? Scrap all that too. I mean, I'm going to throw it on the video because it's a short video. But scrap all that. And stay tuned for the next melt episode. And I'll show you a couple of interesting things that have happened since we have last talked. But, alright, I'm out for now. Alright guys. I'm making a late night snack. But here's the big reveal. I wasn't as prepared this time as I was last time. So I haven't looked at it myself yet. You ready? Uh-oh. I don't know why I assumed it would just lift out. Oh, that's really in there. Well, that could be a potential problem. Oh man. We're just gonna... pour this out. Real quick there. See what we're dealing with. Well, that's interesting. Well, I guess I didn't have it suspended high enough. It kind of reminds me of like a diagram of an atom. Let me see if I can get it out of there, and then I'll give you a better look. So I got it out. The camera doesn't do it justice. It's so shiny. A little rough around the edges, but I'll finish cleaning it up and see what turns out. I got all that in the bottom of the can. I don't know if I can remelt it, maybe. Like, pour boiling water in there and just do it again. I'll see. Thanks for watching. Another great experiment. I'm actually very happy with this one.